Welcome back, guys, to our Lost Chronicles. So we're still doing the Liu Zhang on 214, and one of the things that I really like about this scenario and just this time period in general is because it's just a couple kingdoms, so you really get these huge crazy battles that happen that are well, let me show you. Right now we've got a really cool fight. Guan Yu, oh, I guess the way leader isn't that great actually. Hao Zhao's back there, but I think he's in a tower. But this is pretty interesting. So Cao Cao is marching down to attack Liu Jiang, which causes Liu Bei to go towards Shou Shun. But really what's going to happen is these two guys are going to clash. And Wu didn't marshal from here, but they send Luxun and everyone else out from Jianye to support. So it's just a huge fight. I mean, how many troops do we have here? That's 30 at least. This is 60, easily over 100,000 soldiers between three armies. And since they're in coalition, which is really nice to see Shu and Wu actually working together. This is pretty much what Sima Yi warned Cao Cao about after Chibi. And I think he warned Cao Pi about too. He was like, you know, while Wu and Shu are allied, if you march against one, you're taking the chance that you're going to run into both. And you're just not going to be able to make any headway. And that's how it's playing out. Now as for what I'm doing over here, let me advance the turn so we can start the fight, so I can watch this, because as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh boy, Wu is going to be hurting here. And then I saw Liu Bei deploy, and I was like, oh, Liu Bei's going to intercept them. And then Wu sent out Luxun, and I'm like, oh, he's going to get smashed between these three armies if he doesn't withdraw, and I don't think he is. Let's see what Guan Yu uses, War God. That's going to do some damage. There it is. Oof. 5,000 men completely gone. That sucks. Well, we're in 214 though, so quite a few officers are going to start passing away from the, I guess you could say, the first generation within the next couple years. Gan Ning's getting up there, Lu Meng's getting up there, Guan Yu, of course. A lot of these guys probably won't be around. And Guan Yu's probably going to rout everybody here, especially with Guan Ping. That's my prediction. It doesn't matter if this guy gets pushed. I don't know who this is, but this guy's going to get bullied by the Outlanders, of course. But I think Guan Yu's probably going to hold his own. This is just a perfect setup. And soon Shangxian is back here, just firing away with the goose formation. And once Wu gets there on their flank, oh man. Of course, this is Cao Cao, so none of these battles really matter too much when you win them against Cao Cao. He's gonna, the Wei machine is just gonna keep rolling. Okay. So this is funny because I wonder if this kind of influenced my my building up in my Liu Yan scenario, because I had done this way sooner. And I ended up doing the exact same thing in my Liu Yan playthrough. But since we were here, we helped Liu Bei take Xianyang, and we reinforced everything alongside the city. So what I'm thinking is from here, and from Hanzhong, in the future we'll be able to pincer Shenyang, and then from there make a play at Wan. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to summon Liu Zhang back here. I don't think I can use Liu Zhang. I just, as much as I love deploying the ruler and making a use out of him, you know, having him lead something, do something, I really don't think I can use him. He might be the first ruler in this game that I just cannot deploy. So I'm just gonna pull him back, you know, move him around the cities to kind of abuse the gold system so I can keep using my ploys and everything. 20 leadership. I was thinking maybe I could use him in goose formation or something, but you know, we're not Shu, we're kind of a poor carbon copy of Shu, so I really can't get too reckless. Okay, we need to transport. Go wait on that. Let's start sending these guys over. So once I get enough together, then I think that's the route we're gonna take. We're gonna try to pincer from Yong'an and Hanzhong. Try to get Shangyang while the coalition is still active. We're now working on routing Zhang He's force because it's a lot of officers, but that march is really slow. And I've been decreasing his morale consistently. Every time I get the suggestion, I decrease it a little bit more and a little bit more, so I think if I can cut off his supply line, we can completely rout him with just morale loss. And over here, we're moving to support Machao. I want to try to keep him as long as I can in the fight. You know, in the game. And once once it's untenable, then we'll move in and absorb him and his territories. That's gonna have to be the way it goes down ultimately. Look over my cores again. Some of these are empty, but I'm pretty much using every officer that I have, except for Liu Zhang. Again, I can't really work a reason for what to use him for. Maybe Goose, I don't know. Let's just tough. He gives me Hanfu vibes. If anybody's used Hanfu, Hanfu is almost just as bad. Liu Zhang might have him edged out, actually, political, but I think Hanfu has another formation that's actually usable. Okay, that's plummeting. We should be able to cut him off if he doesn't withdraw. And if he starts to withdraw, then that's fine. We'll let him go. Oh, there comes. Okay, so now he's deploying the city. Wow. Guan Yu's hardly taking anything. Liu Bei's doing all the work here. Completely destroyed. Completely routed South's force. Except for, you know, the Outlander unit, of course, because it's an Outlander unit. The only thing from here is that marching from here to here is going to take a lot of supplies. I'm going to need, like, this is a small scale city, so I can't go above 100k, but I'm going to need almost 100k if I want to maneuver myself down here, then from here attack the city. And Snake is not going to help me do that. You know what? Logistically, this might not be tenable. I was thinking I'd use Snake to quickly go through the mountain passes, but once you get up to the city, it's just highway around. And if we don't use Snake, it's going to take even longer across the mountains, which is going to be a bigger strain on supplies. So maybe we send a smaller force, snake formation, but just to take the cores and help surround the city. And the main force would have to come from here. Either way, it's going to be a brutal march. You know, you still have to go through mountains. Okay, is he almost out of the pass? He's almost out. Okay. Okay, once he gets out, I'm going to cut him off. Try to strand him. Wow. Macau versus Zhang. This is a good fight. They'll definitely duel here. Okay, we'll give it one more turn. Actually, I wanted to try to deploy this guy. Oh, he needs more. He needs a title. I want to try to deploy ring formation and then put Yan Yan behind him with Goose. Let's see if we have a title for him. 8,000, that'll work. Yeah, I've always really enjoyed playing in the Shu territory, and I think like when I first started playing ROTK, I would play as Liu Bei a few times in Shu, but as time has gone on, I've grown to enjoy Liu Zhang's starting position a lot more. In this scenario, at least, you know, around this time, just because your officer corps is it's a lot, not a lot worse, but it's just nowhere near as good as Liu Bei's. So you have to work a little harder to get the same results. But you definitely still have some really good officers, but it's just not as you know, all around. Alright, let's move these. Hopefully the roads are safe. I've been getting a lot of Outlanders here, but hopefully we've raised it enough to the point where it's not going to be a problem. But yeah, this situation is really cool. It's like a three-pronged attack with the coalitions. Really, it's a four-pronged attack, but since Macau's kind of collapsing, it's more of a three-pronged attack. But with Liu Bei heading up the center and Sun Quan on the eastern side and me on the west, the crazy thing is that we still don't even out to Cao Cao's total amount of troops. Between the three of us, he's still got more than all three combined. Okay, let's try 5,000. So it's almost going to be 1,000 defense. He's only got 700 assault. Probably should have deployed Yan Yan because a little bit sooner, since we already have he already has one of our adjutant slots occupied, so I could have built up the tactics meter. It's something I forget to do, and it's really an easy way to just abuse tactics. Just get your guy out there. Let him build up the meter so that when he clashes, he can just instantly destroy a force in some cases. Okay, so we got 27. I'd say like 50. Maybe at 50, then we'll try to deploy against Shenyang. And then here, we need to do the same thing. Once I get these guys over, then I'll send the other 20k up there. I really hope this guy can cut him off, because that'll be a nice loss if he can lose these forces. Okay, let's go back to watching this fight. This three-way clash. This is what I love about these. Once you start getting into the Three Kingdom years, I just love how these battles just get insane with the troop numbers. You know, across all the games, and this one is no different. You just get these huge deployments. Yeah, they're gonna completely destroy his force. The only person left will be the Outlander force. Has he turned around yet? Looks like it. Well, I would think it'd be time to turn around. This is gonna really help Sun Quan too, because it's gonna destroy this force. And Sun Quan barely lost any troops. Liu Bei took most of that attrition, so Sun Quan might be able to march again. Marching towards Hangzhou. We should be engaged at this point. Zhang Fei and Zhang Bao. Wow, father and son. Father and son on both flanks. Guan Yu and Guan Ping and Zhang Fei and Zhang Bao. That's a pretty big force. I wonder if he could take it single-handedly. I don't know how that'd work out. Perfect. He should get there this turn. Let's hope so. He's got 31 maneuvers, so I think that'll do it. Did he rout him? I think he retreated. Must have retreated. Okay, that transport's on the way. Liu Zhang's gonna take a while to get over here because it's the end of the world over here. All the way on the bottom. Now once the coalition falls apart, once Xu and Wu start attacking each other, then I think this scenario is gonna be over. For me, you know? If I don't have anything going for me yet by then let's decrease morale. That should probably do it. That with the supply line being cut. Okay, we don't have anybody who can drill. Let's pull him off for a little bit. Okay. Well, this is pretty much over, so I guess I can watch my fight at this point.
Oh,
17. Whew. Down to 39. I don't think I needed to march against him at this point, but why not? Once that restrain wears off, I'll hit him again with restrain, just to make sure he doesn't move anywhere. Oh, we finally got this. Movement transport formations across mountains is increased. That's going to be very helpful. Okay, so I'll hit him again with the restraint so he can't. Did it not work? Oh, it's 1 hex away. Damn. Okay, well, no worries. We should have that. We should have that handled either way. Wow, so he's gonna get cut off. Or he's gonna have to turn. Either way, the city's safe. He's gonna have to turn around, or he's gonna have to get, or he's gonna get cut off. This guy's still alive. You should be able to turn those off. Yeah, and I'm definitely gonna be able to cut him off also, which is good. We're gonna, like I said, I want to try to keep my Chow in this as long as I can. Probably not going to be very long with bonehead moves like this. Look at Cao Shang. It is bring your son to work day across all three empires apparently. Actually, Wu doesn't have one. Yeah, I spoke too soon. Wu doesn't have one. Not yet. Well, alright guys, that's going to be it for this one. Like I said, I'll keep putting out these Lost Chronicle ones from time to time. I might do one for my South Sea playthrough since I'm almost done with that. I just have to invade Shu, and I'm doing some pretty large battles in that, because if anybody's taken out Liu Zhang like late game, you know that it pretty much turns into these huge battles of attrition, which are kind of fun if you're not in a hurry to finish it. But you know, if you're trying to get the clear on the scenario, then it's kind of, it definitely feels like a slog. But if you're patient, you can kind of just have some fun sending units in and watching some big battles. So I'll probably be uploading that one next. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave me a comment down below, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Until then, take